shandy drinking bastard. That's the accent. Just in case nobody can place it unless you're from Harrogate. You may be vaguely familiar with the fact that if you continue down the M1 and you get south of Sheffield, there is a part of the country where the temperature occasionally gets to positive. No bastard talks to you, and mostly avoid eye contact. I left that part of the world behind, and I left behind with it the National History Museum and the Tate. You can imagine the relief wash over me just south of Wakefield, where I saw a sign for the National Coal Museum. My first day at work in Leeds was interesting. For a start, a meeting was penciled in, 10 while 12. And then I said to my colleague, I did the polite thing and said, "Whereabouts are you from?" And she said, "I'm from Mali." I'm from Mali. Sorry? I'm from Mali. On the third time I did that polite thing and just ignored her and smiled politely. About a week or so later, another colleague didn't turn up for work, and I said, "Where's Dave?" She said, "Oh, he's Parley." Parley. I said, "Oh, fuck, he's ill." "Oh, you're from Morley." I do try and head home to the south every so often, see family and friends. It's about 300 miles. It takes me about 3 hours. And from that, obviously, you can deduce I drive relatively rapidly. And my father will always say the same thing to me. He'll always say, "You won't get there any quicker, son." Now, I'm no mathematician, but I'm fairly confident that driving at 100 miles an hour instead of 50 miles an hour, I'll get there in half the fucking time. I try and imagine Anthony Hamilton having the same conversation with Lewis at Monaco. "Don't worry about the back straight, son, you won't get there any quicker." But I do travel quite a lot, and as part of that I have to book with one of our favourite budget airlines. I'm sure we all know the ones. It starts off fairly alright. Booking a flight to Malaga, it's about £4.99, it's fine. But then the series of stupid questions start. Would you like to choose a seat? I don't want to fucking stand the whole way there. Would you like a meal? Yes, I'll have a meal. Would you like a hired car? Yes, fine. Would you like insurance? Would you like insurance upon your insurance? And eventually, once I make my way through this huge website of questions, I finally get to the point of paying, and then it gives me the option, how would you like to pay? How would you like to pay for your payment? Seems the only free way of doing it is basically taking the shirt off your back and plonking it on Michael O'Leary's fucking desk. But nonetheless, I persevered, and I made my booking, and I sent it across to my partner, and she said, "This is wonderful." I said, "Oh, is it? I've done this well." She said, "No, this is great. We've got a cheese sandwich, we've got a Ford Focus that's parked at Malaga, we've got a hotel, that's brilliant." She said, "We've got insurance." I said, "Well, what's the problem?" She said, "You forgot the fucking flight." Before I met my partner, I had the enjoyment, and I say that very loosely, of Tinder. I know a lot of people go on to mention this in comedy, but I always found it a little bit unfavourable that the women on there seemed to be very prejudiced in saying that they wanted a guy over 6 foot because they were 5'10" in their heels, i.e. their shoes, which was somewhat artificial. I thought I'd get my own back. I said I was 8'4" and turned up to a date in a top hat. But nonetheless, I have got a partner now. I'm pleased to say my partner's Danish. If there's anyone here that speaks Danish, you may know the word in Danish for sweetheart. Does anyone here know the word Danish sweetheart?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, it's scat. You think you're surprised now? I was 3 weeks into the relationship, she said that in the bedroom. I know these Danes are liberal, they were the first to legalise porn, but nonetheless, shitting on each other after 3 weeks is probably... certain that my girlfriend mixes me up with some of her former Scandinavian lovers. After sex, she tends to turn over and say to me, "Are you Finnish?" And on that note, I actually am, so thank you very much.